Hello everyone. IT Certificates is proud to announce its new service for explaining and clarifying IT security basics and concepts in very short video training courses. These training courses, it will be published over our IT Certificates YouTube channel, and I really appreciate if you will be able to subscribe in the channel, then you will be notified with any new uploads. Also, we will provide assemble training materials for each session. You will be able to receive this material if you are a member in our WhatsApp group. If you are not a member of WhatsApp group, then please use the link in the description of the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. When you will subscribe to our channel, I will send the training material for you. This training material, it will be very valuable and it will be considered as a good reference for you for the technical materials which we explained in the training course. Penetration tester. This is the next tool which I want to discuss with you now. Penetration tester, it's an important role to make sure that your organization security is configured properly and the security controls are able to protect the network and the applications and services as well. Penetration tester, this is the person who will simulate the hacker and he will try to penetrate the network and check if he will be able to compromise any applications, services, infrastructure, devices, appliances, whatever any asset published over the internet or over the public network. Usually the penetration tester, he is testing the organization security from outside the organization. He can do it from inside the organization as well, but usually the penetration tester, he will try to do the exercise from outside the organization with very minimal information about the network. This it acts as a third party where any organization, it will make an agreement with him to test their network security and controls if they are working properly or not. What are the information which is available for the penetration tester? Almost it's nothing. Then he have to do the exercise from scratch. He have to make a reconnaissance for the network. You have to check the public IP addresses if the network is published over the internet, and he want to check if the network is published securely or not. You have to ping this IP address range to check if there are any alive hosts, and if there is any alive host, he have to check what are the open ports. He have to make a telnet or any equivalent for the open ports. Then he will know what are the services available and what is the version and so on. Then he will try to take any control over the network, or he will try to escalate his login into a privileged login until he will be able to access the organization data and services. Then, by the end of the day, we can consider that the penetration tester, it's considered as a plague test because his information for the network and the organization assets, it's minimal, and he will try to do the exercise from outside the network, although we mentioned that this exercise, it can be done also from inside the network. But usually when we are speaking about penetration testing, it will be done from outside the network and with minimal information about the security controls and the network infrastructure. Usually this penetration tester or the penetration testing team, it's called red team. It's called red team. This is the red team. The red team or the penetration tester, he will be responsible to make an agreement with the organization, to test the assets, to make sure that this test, it will not affect the network operations, and he should have an agreement with the management of the organization to do this exercise, because this is considered as hacking. If he does not have any permission from the organization management, this it will be considered as hacking, and this he will be subject for some penalties, and it may be reached to jail as well. Okay, what are the certifications required for penetration tester, and what are the training courses which it can improve the penetration tester skills and information? One of the popular courses for the penetration testing, it is the EC Council CEH, Certified Ethical Hacking. This is one of the oldest certificates, and it's really a great certificate, CEH, and I think now we are in version 10, and this is from EC Council. Also, you can achieve another certification from EC Council. It's called Licensed Penetration Tester Master. This LPT certification. This certification, you have to pass the CEH, and you have to bring some evidence for your experience, and you will be a certified ethical hacker from EC Council. You have also some other courses from different organizations as giac. In giac, we have the penetration tester certification. We have also exploit researcher and advanced penetration tester certification. And you have the Pen Test Plus from Compte. These are the courses which you can attend, and it can develop your skills to be as penetration tester. Instant responder. It is another role in the IT security. An instant responder, it is an important role, and he is a person or a team who are working in the security operation center, in the SOC. To understand the instant responder role, we have to understand first what is the incident. And of course, I will not be able to tell you what is the incident until I have to ask you about what is an event. Event is defined in ITIL version 4 as any change of a state of an application or service which have a value or which have a significant value for the management related to this service. Then, first of all, I have to monitor all the organization's events, and these organization events, it will be related to applications, to services, to network, security appliances, operating systems, desktops, whatever, just name it, whatever, any asset in your organization, it should be monitored. And usually the events are monitored using the SIM. We are monitored using the SIM, which is Security Information and Event Management. If there is any event will happen, when this means that there is any change which have some significance, meaning for the management of a service or for an asset, we have to check if this event will affect asset security. And again, just to remind you, what do we mean by asset security? Of course, asset security or security is defined as CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. When this means that if we are saying yes, this event, it will affect the confidentiality or integrity or availability of any asset of the organization, in this case, this event, it will be considered as an incident. This it will consider as an incident. When the incident is an event which it will affect asset security. Great. Well, now the incident, it should be handled by the SOC. We have to check what is the incident, what is its priority. We have to check its priority. Of course, the priority of any incident depends upon many factors. How many users will be affected, how many locations will be affected, how many servers it will be affected. If this incident, it will cause any financial loss, it will cause reputation loss, and so on. Then we have to evaluate it, and we have to define what will be its priority, if it's high, low, critical, and so on. The role of the incident responder, it is to fail over the service immediately. This is very important, my friends, and you have to understand this very well. When we are saying the SOC or the incident responder, they have to fail over the service. They have to bring the service up and running. When suppose that I have a server, this server it's infected with worm or whatever, any malicious software. What is the main objective of the incident responder? He have to bring another server, a clean one, and from a backup to restore the data and make the server up and running for the service. Did we fix the problem? No, we did not fix it. We did not fix it. Then what did the incident responder do? He retrieved or he failed over the service and he make it available for the user. Then the users will be able to access the service. This which we call it as incident management. Then the objective of the incident management that we want to fail over the server and make it available as soon as possible for the users. But we did not solve the problem. And we have to make a root cause analysis, check what is the reason of the problem, and we have to prevent the occurrence of this incident again, and so on. This, it will be a different task in the SOC and for the incident responder team, this which is considered as problem management. Now, after we make the service up and running for the user, we start to make a root cause analysis, understand what is the problem, how we can solve it, what are the reasons, and how we can enable some controls to prevent the occurrence of this problem again, and how we can update our processes and procedures to make our network secure and to recover from any of the threats or vulnerabilities which cause the incident occurrence. What are the certifications and courses required for incident responder and incident responders teams? First course from EC Council, it's called Certified Incident Handler, ECIH. Another course from giac, it is called Certified Incident Handler. And Certified Computer Security Incident Handler. And finally, Certified Incident Handling Engineer. All these courses can improve your skills and knowledge in handling the incidents, and also to make the problem management, to understand the cause of the problem and how you can implement the controls which it will prevent this incident from happening again. Computer digital forensics. This rule, it is related to the previous rule which we discussed before in the incident responder. In the incident responder rule, we agreed that we are monitoring the events, and when one of the events it's proved that it's an incident, then we have to escalate it to the SOC to start to analyze it and check what is the problem and how we can solve it. And of course, before solve this problem, we have to fail over the service to allow the user to access the services, and it will not affect the daily operations. We agreed that the main objective of the incident responder to fail over the service by restoring backup, by adding a new VM or server and make the application or service available. Of course, it will not highlight the root cause analysis, and it will not discover the real problem which caused the incident. But as we agreed, the main objective of the incident responder that we have to fail over the service and we have to make the service available for the users. After the service is available for the users, we will start the second phase. The second phase, it is a problem management. It is a problem management where we are trying to find out what is the problem, because we want to discover the problem, then we will not allow this incident to happen again. Here, the role of the computer digital forensics, it will be very important. Why? Because the computer digital forensics, he is a person which he will try to collect evidence from the machines. He will try to define who is the device owner and who have the access for its contents. Also, he have to describe the data breaches, to detect the data breaches in the applications, the data warehouses, services, infrastructure, and so on. Also to discover the hacking attempts. Whatever any hack attempted to your organization assets, it should be highlighted and discovered by the computer forensics person. We discover all the types of threats and vulnerabilities which it can be exploited by any attacker to cause an incident or a risk. The computer forensics person is responsible for extracting data from damaged devices. This is a very important rule, and this is a very important responsibility for the computer digital forensics. Why? Because now if I have an incident, then I want to bring a proof for this incident. This proof, it can be submitted in a court, or it can be submitted for organization management, whatever the target which I want to report the problem for him. But I have to collect evidence for this problem. Then usually what the computer digital forensics he will do, he will try to collect data from the machines or the PCs or the devices which are compromised. This data, it may be from the cache memory, it may be from the memory itself, it can be from the hard disks, it can be from the swap files, it can be from the storage devices, and so on. When all this data, it should be collected, and it should be collected professionally in appropriate ways, because this data we have to make sure that it is preserved in a right way and preserved in approved way, then it can be provided or considered as evidence in courts or in front of the organization management to prove what was the problem and how this problem it can be prevented from happening again. What are the certifications and courses required for computer digital forensics to improve their skills and knowledge? First of all, for computer digital forensics, you need to have the basics. You have to understand the basics very well. Then CISSP from ISC Square, it will be a great certificate. If you want to work in a cloud, then CCSP from ISC Square again. Security Plus from CompTIA. Also, you have a certified computer examiner, CCE. This it will give you the basics for the computer forensics, digital forensics. Certified forensic computer examiner with another certificate, which it will provide you the required information and knowledge to work as computer forensics, and it will guide you how to collect the data from the compromised machines. And finally, you have another certificate from giac, which is the certified forensic analyst. These are the certificates and courses which are recommended to be computer digital forensics person. Other role which we will discuss today, it is the CISO, the Chief Information Security Officer. CISO, it is considered as a C-level security role. And CISO, he is the contact person between the technical area and the business area. He has two hats. One, he will wear it when he is sitting with the business representatives in the organization, and he will have another hat he will have to wear it when he is sitting with the technical team under his responsibility. He is responsible for planning and controlling the implementation of the organization's security strategy. He is responsible for conducting the risk assessments and discover the mandatory controls, controls objectives, manage how these controls are implemented and if we are achieving their objectives or not, if the controls are enough or the organization required more controls for protecting its assets. Also, this is a very important role for him for compliance. One of his responsibility to make that he is compliant with the jurisdiction laws and regulations and this depends upon the area where the organization is reside, or depend upon the type of the data which he has, if it's financial data, health data, privacy data, and so on. It is very important also to work on the awareness training for the employees and for all the stakeholders of the organization to make sure that the organization assets are secure and it help the organization to achieve its goals and objectives. When the CISO, it is, as we mentioned, a management title, and it is considered as a business more than a technical. It is a business more than a technical, because this person, he is responsible for providing the solutions which it will be able to help the organization to achieve its goals and objectives. It is not his responsibility to configure a firewall or security appliance, but it's his responsibility to provide solutions for the business to make life easy and to help them to achieve their goals and objectives. What are the certifications required for the CISO? It is very easy, very simple. Whatever any technical management courses or security management courses, it will be the right course. CISSP from ISC square, CCSP from ISC square, maybe CISM from ISA CA. These are very important courses. Again, there is another course which called CISO, Certified CISO, which is from Easy Council and from ISC Square also as well. By the way, CISO, it's an abbreviation for Chief Information Security Officer. These are the certifications and courses which are considered a good start for a CISO. But please, I want to highlight a very important point here. Don't come and say, I want to be a CISO. CISO, it is not a role which you can be achieved immediately, or you have to work on it. I think you have to work as security designer or security engineer, security administrator, analyst, whatever. Then after some time, you will gain the experience, you will gain the knowledge till you will be able to reach to the CISO. And when this CISO will pass by multiple roles in his career. For example, today he is working as security analyst, when he is promoted to be as computer forensics, when he works with as a security administrator, then a risk manager, till he reach to the CISO title. When all these roles, it will build his experience and knowledge to be a good CISO title. And this is very important, that you have to build your skills to reach to this title.